Hey guys, Matze reporting here again for OneWrestling.com with the newest edition of the Indy report, and this week I have updates on Chikara and Ring of Honor. As you all know, King of Trios is done. My pick, the Spectral Envoy, did great, I think. They won the tournament, so the Spectral Envoy of Ultramantis Black, Hello Wicked and Frightmare are King of Trios 2012. They did better as my pick Eddie Edwards for Battle of Los Angeles did. I'm gonna go through some results I think are important to pick out, to stand out, to mention, because 3 nights of wrestling is pretty much too much to talk about everything. So I picked matches from all 3 nights I want to talk about. Starting with night 1. For me, it was surprising that both Ant teams, means the Colony and the Swarm, were eliminated in the first round. Told you about it that the Director of Fun mixed the 2 Ant teams a little, so we had the Colony of Fire Ant and Green Ant teaming with Asile Ant, and they were defeated by Team Sendai Girls. I'm not going to go through the names of the girls, it's Team Sendai Girls, so where they were eliminated the Colony. And then Jigsaw, Manami Toyota and Mike Quackenbush eliminated the Swarm, which were Combat Ant, Divine Ant and Soldier Ant. And again, I really thought that we would see the 2 Ant teams in King of Trios somewhere, but it didn't happen, so yeah. Jigsaw, Toyota and Quackenbush, they were eliminated last year in the first round, I guess, so lightning didn't strike twice, I guess. Team Ring of Honor defeated the Faces of Pain. Of course, Team Ring of Honor is Mike Bennett, or were Mike Bennett and the Young Bucks, and the Faces of Pain were Barbarian, the Warlord and Meng. Meng, who retired from retirement just to come back for Chikara, to Chikara. And then the Extreme Trio of Jerry Lynn, Tommy Dreamer and Two Cold Scorpio defeated Team WWF, World Wrestling Federation, the 1-2-3 Kid, Aldo Montoya and Tatanka. So the Faces of Pain and Team WWF eliminated in the first round. Maybe surprising to some, but again, it's Chikara, you never know what's going to happen, and we had maybe all on the next 2 days in action, so that's not a big deal. Night 2, Mark Angelosetti, who was supposed to wrestle on night 1, but his team was a 4-team trio, and there were traveling issues with some of the participants, so the Spectral Envoy, who were their supposed opponents, had to face the bag, the Chikara bag. If you're familiar with Chikara, and when somebody isn't able to wrestle, injured or isn't there, then we have the bag. You pick names out of a bag, and if they are in the arena or backstage, they wrestle. One of them was Tito Santana, who jumped in, and the Spectral Envoy won that match. Of course, they had to win because I already told you that they won the whole King of Trios. Holy poop! Holy poop! Holy poop! Yeah guys, and I received a message from, well, the other me, and it says, you Mark Angelosetti of course isn't part of the submission squad. Silly me. Of course he isn't. Mark Angelosetti is part of the Throwbacks, and he lost in the first round with his partners Dasher Hatfield and Matt Classic to Team JWP. So I wanted to let you know that I knew I was wrong there, and I wanted to correct that and put a little entertainment in that, so with the holy poop, holy shit Chikara mode on. And I guess we continue with, well, the other me down there, so bye bye. So then we had the Spectral Envoy, who defeated the Batiri. On night 2 again, Tatanka defeated Sugar Dunkerton. Sugar Dunkerton with some sort of new mindset. We see where that may lead. Something's fishy there. Team Ring of Honor then defeated the Extreme Trio. Of course, I told you already, Lynn, Dreamer and Two Cold Scorpio. So Spectral Envoy and Team Ring of Honor, who my personal favorites were going into the tournament, did pretty good, and we are on night 3 now. Then Team Ring of Honor. No, wanted to tell you that Eddie Kingston won a match defending his Grand Championship against Tadasuke. And yeah, Grand Championship is the Ring of Honor heavyweight title. So they have the Campeonatos de Parejas, which are the tag team titles, and the Grand Championship. So now night 3, Team Ring of Honor defeated the Sendai Girls, and the Spectral Envoy defeated Team Fist. Of course, Chuck Taylor, Icarus, and Johnny Gargano, who by any reason were accompanied by Sugar Dunkerton. So again, we'll see where that leads in the next weeks, months in Chikara. Sugar Dunkerton probably no longer a member of the Throwbacks. If you are watching the Chikara channel on YouTube, you might have guessed it already. But teaming up with Fist, again, something's fishy there. Then we have the annual 10-team gauntlet match, which this year was won by the 1-2-3 Kid and Marty Jannetty. So another WWF guy, and both were former WWF Tag Team Champions. If you remember that, defeating the Quebecers and lost the title on a house show back to the Quebecers. So 1-2-3 Kid and Marty Jannetty won the gauntlet match. In that gauntlet match, the Devastation Corporation, which originally is from WIF, Wrestling is Fun, which is a sister promotion of Chikara, wrestled there. Wrestled already on the beneficial show for Chikara, and they were able to eliminate 4 teams here in this gauntlet match. One of them was the Colony. So I guess the Devastation Corporation really is hyped already in Chikara, and really proves on the first night, except the beneficial show, which is no real show. It is on the card and stuff. But King of Trios is the biggest event in Chikara, and Devastation Corporation, yeah, pretty much dominated. Devastation Corporation, it's the name says it all, I guess. But then Demolition, yeah, X and Smash came out and were one of the teams, so they eliminated Devastation Corporation. Then we had a trip back to the 80s when the Powers of Pain were the next team, so we had Demolition and the Powers of Pain. If you remember stuff with Mr. Fuji and the manager of Demolition, and then jumping to the Powers of Pain, Demolition turning face and stuff, and here and there. So we had a little closing in circle there. The Powers of Pain eliminated Demolition, but then Marty Jannetty and the 1-2-3 Kid came out, and they eliminated the Powers of Pain, as well as the last team, which were Los Ice Creams. So, and the actual main event, of course, finals of the King of Trios. The Spectral Envoy, Ultramantis Black, Hello Wicked and Frightmare defeated Team Ring of Honor, which were Mike Bennett and the Young Bucks. Said it a couple of times now. So my 2 picks were the 2 final teams. So awesome. I'm really looking forward to see everything. Have seen video stuff, clips and everything, but want to see the whole thing, of course. And again, as with the Battle of Los Angeles, if when I have seen it, I'm gonna talk about a little if I have the time, because the actual current stuff is more important than stuff that had already happened. So that's about Chikara. Spectral Envoy, Year of the Mantis, as I told you last week, pretty much is there. We have the Year of the Mantis. So I'm gonna jump ship to Ring of Honor. They had the iPPV on Saturday, on day 2 of the King of Trios, which is then which is Death Before Dishonor 10, 11, Death Before Dishonor. And of course it was, the event was about to crown new tag team champions. In the end, it was Scum. I told you last week I couldn't, I'm out of words. I couldn't think that Carino and Jacobs would leave Ring of Honor, as they are so important, so big in Ring of Honor right now. And the stipulation was, if they would lose, so if Scum of Jacobs and Carino would lose one of the matches in the tournament, they would have to split up and leave Ring of Honor. So I, for one, couldn't think that would be possible. So I picked Scum, and they won, defeating Caprice Coleman and Cedric Alexander on the first match. And in the main event, defeating Charlie Haas and Red Titus. Is that correct? Yeah, it is correct. I was just a little confused because Shelton Benjamin interfered, and I was thinking it was the qualifying match. But the qualifying match for Haas and Titus was against the Briscoes, and of course Haas and Titus won that match. Then we had Jay Lethal defeating Homicide. Again, I told you that Jay Lethal is a little bit under a change of heart, change of mind, getting that aggression. It really, yeah, Jay Lethal is aggressive now, which fits him. It looks good on him. New finisher, a spike DDT where he lifts opponent to the end. You get it. And yeah, Jay Lethal defeating Homicide. Pretty good match, I think. Lethal is one of the guys who always delivers, but he was missing something, and maybe with this aggression in his character might be the thing to go up the ladder on the roster. So then we had Adam Cole defeating Mike Mondo before the actual match. Mondo wanted that time limit in TV title match, which is 15 minutes. I wanted to go further up there, and Cole agreed on that. So in the end, we had about 20 minutes, so 5 minutes longer than the actual time limit. But Adam Cole won that match. Then we had the House of Truth of Elgin and Strong. I predicted that something would be going wrong in that match. Maybe it did, maybe it didn't. House of Truth won, and the returning Irish Airborne of Dave and Jay Christ were the victims, so to say. And I told you last week, if you haven't seen them from their last stint in Ring of Honor and haven't seen them on Combat Zone, on CCW television and iPPV, you would be surprised. So I guess you were, because they really look different now. Being part of OY4K in Combat Zone, and I'm really looking forward to see those two in Germany. And I'm going to have interviews with both of them in the next weeks, so I'm going to keep you updated on that. Then, of course, we had the title match for the vacant Ring of Honor tag team titles, which are newly designed tag team titles. So the old titles had the old Ring of Honor logo on the belt, so we have new Ring of Honor tag team titles, which are pretty shiny and pretty cool. And Scum defeating Charlie Haas and Red Titus in that final match. And so Scum has the tag team titles as well as the Ring of Honor World title, because Kevin Steen was able to overcome Rhino in that Anything Goes match. So Scum has all the titles now. Yeah, they have all the titles in Ring of Honor, and that's what's to come. It brings me to what's to come in Ring of Honor, which is Fan Appreciation Night. As well as Survival of the Fittest this year within Fan Appreciation Night. And I'm going to go through the competitors, of course, 12 as always. 6 will win, and 6 will be in the main event of Fan Appreciation Night and determine Survival of the Fittest 2012. We have Mike Mondo and Kyle O'Reilly squaring up with each other. Then we have Roderick Strong versus Homicide. Then we have Adam Cole versus Tedarius Thomas, who was able to defeat Silas Young on the pay-per-view I just talked about, determining the 11th spot on Survival of the Fittest. Then we have Jay Lethal versus God's Gift to Professional Wrestling, QT Marshall, who I really like, maybe like Mike Bennett. Something's already there, maybe nothing is missing, but he is something. He is somebody. He gets me. God's Gift to Professional Wrestling, QT Marshall. If you haven't seen anything of him, look out for him in the next weeks and years. Then we have unbreakable Michael Elgin going up against the man-beast Rhino. Of course, House of Truth battle here. Rhino being the hired mercenary of the House of Truth, and Michael Elgin maybe after the iPPV no longer part of the House of Truth, because after the actual main event of Steen versus Rhino, Strong and Elgin came out. Little dissension there again, and this time Elgin refused to shake the hand of Strong, instead powerbombed him, so he gave him his finisher, and I guess that is that Michael Elgin is done now with House of Truth, and so Michael Elgin versus Rhino, pretty intriguing here in Survival of the Fittest. Then we have the prodigy Mike Bennett, of course, as always, accompanied by the First Lady of Ring of Honor, Maria Kanellis, going up against the 12th guy who on the iPPV held a little promo and is back in Ring of Honor, who is Davey Richards. And again, I predicted that already last week, that when I heard that Davey Richards would be on the pay-per-view, and we have one guy left who will be announced at the pay-per-view, for me it was pretty clear that it will be Davey Richards, and it is. So Davey Richards versus Mike Bennett as the 6th match in Survival of the Fittest this year. Then we have Kevin Steen going up against Red Titus. Red Titus has that title shot, and he cashes in, so to say. It's not like that. Don't put the words in my mouth here. Steen versus Titus at Fan Appreciation Night, and yeah, let's see where that goes. Michael Elgin is in the ranks of the title in the title picture. Maybe even Jay Lethal. Let's see. Maybe the winner of Survival of the Fittest. Let's grab that. Maybe the winner of Survival of the Fittest is one of the contenders for the titles. So let's see, Steen or Titus. If Scum keeps reign in Ring of Honor, because Jacobs and Corino, who are the tag team champions now, with newly designed tag titles, who you can see here, go up against Caprice Coleman and Cedric Alexander as well on the card. And yeah, that's about it. What I wanted to say about Chikara and Ring of Honor. Again, guys, if you have something you are missing, if you think I'm not saying everything, you want something presented here, want me to talk about specific wrestlers or promotions or anything else, let me know. I can't do it if you don't let me know. And I'm up for everything. And you know, here it's the Indy report, and I think it's there as well. And yeah, want to talk about everything, but as I said last week, I'm concentrating on Ring of Honor, Chikara, Pro Wrestling Guerrilla, Combat Zone, Dragon Gate, Evolve, and maybe even Shimmer. Yeah, the Women Federation. Shine is already there. Let's see. Those are the promotions I'm going to present. If there is anything else you want to have presented, it's possible. Just let me know. Okay. So. Yeah, I was asked what the German Wrestling Federation event was like, and it was awesome. Yeah, it was awesome. You can see the videos of German Wrestling Federation on YouTube as well. Just go through their channel. The matches of the Berlin Wrestling at 8 and 9 pretty much are completely available on YouTube. Last weekend was 11, so yeah. That's about it, and it was awesome, really. About 400 guys, and they blew the roof of the building. Awesome. So that really was my weekend, and Chikara will be my week, I guess. King of Trios, watching King of Trios. I hope that the DVDs will arrive soon. So yeah, guys, I think that's about it for this week. Thanks again for watching the Indy Report, and I guess see you next week. So bye bye.